episode 26. 26 episodes, and the normal person to recap sometimes, most of the time maybe, ended up getting like
sleeping the whole time or something.
Sleepy.
I have no idea what happened.
Can't even help with the recap. Well, so where even are you guys? Does that mean you guys are dead, or this was all maybe Luna's dream? And
well, so we did take turns mutilating Luna's body after we killed her last session, but
that's morbid even for me.
Damn!
We spent the first part of the session
for you guys.
trying to wake up Luna with no avail. Some dispel magics were thrown out. She fortunately did not wake up. Was not able to dispel it. Then we decided to reformulate our plan. We told the Darkness Buddy Boy about our plan to do this diplomatically to get his companions back and the gear that he wants. So we convinced the Queen Drow of the Blue Drow people to help us attack the Red Drow. We got the Darkness guy to set up some traps in a specific hallway. And we're hoping to lead the Red down that hallway so we can thin their numbers and have an advantage, in an advantageous position.
Yeah, and it seemed like the rogue guy could like either slip in and out of the shadows or the ethereal plane, or is incorporeal, something in that vein. But how it's working, I don't know.
Maybe all of those things.
It could be all of
shady
those
shit.
things.
That's what's happening.
Well, good recap from everybody. So yeah, we do find the party deep beneath the city. But before we get to that,
Oh god, are we about to hear dream music? No, not the fucking dream music!
not dream music. Be a little bit softer comparatively to the actual. Luna, you are standing in the middle of a wide open field. Everything is warm, the sun is warm, the like tall grass around you feels like lightly baked by the sun, giving you a very comfortable feeling, almost like you're at a home you wish you could have. There's field all around you, tall grass up in every direction. Cool breezes blowing carefully over. I guess really warm breezes with the way the sun is blowing right over you.
This is strange, okay.
You just stand there? What do you do?
I don't know. Guess I'll just start walking through the grass. I don't know.
Which way do you walk? Do you just walk randomly, or
Do I see anything any direction in the distance?
there is a single sun in the sky, and it looks to be moving upward. So if you were to follow the sun, you would be heading north.
Yeah, I don't think I have a specific direction. I think I just pick a random direction and walk.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see where you end up heading. Okay. You look off in the various directions and just start kind of wandering off in a direction. As you do, the grass you can feel the grass part of it, but slowly the grass begins to lower. very, very carefully, almost as though like you're kind of walking in an area where somebody might have trimmed down some of it from point to point. It gradually starts to kind of grow a much more yellowish color and get much shorter. You can see across what now looks like a wide open savanna as you get further. The grass much shorter now. You can eye from end to end. Large stones kind of exist in various points in the distance, and the tall grass that was behind you is now gone. On or continue? Or carry on or change direction?
I guess I'll carry on. I don't know.
You carry on, and gradually the grass begins to kind of shorten even further until the dirt kind of starts to yellow and slowly turn to sand. The further you walk, the hotter it gets. Sun beating down on you. The air turning very dry and empty. Find yourself standing now in the midst of a open desert. Large hills, hot winds, blowing sand right across your face.
Desert does not sound like fun. I'd turn around, try to go back if it seems like I can go back.
Yeah, if you turn around and go back, you'll find yourself back on the savannah once more.
Is there like any place that looks like it would be shady?
Maybe if you could get behind one of the rocks, but there's rocks in every direction.
Yeah, I'll just pick a different direction.
Okay.
Start walking.
Randomly?
What way was I walking last time?
You are walking westward now.
Now I am, or I was?
You were walking westward. I'm sorry. Now you're heading east.
Okay, I'm just gonna try going north, I guess.
Okay. You turn your direction north, and as you do, you can see like the stones as you start walking, and you pass them. The next stones you see kind of get larger and larger. Gradually, you are surrounded by stony architecture. The ground becomes much more firm and solid, and the elevation slowly begins to rise. Feel still a bit of the warmth, but it's now slowly leaving.
What the fuck is going on? Alright, I'll follow this direction a little bit more. It seems like it's heading towards like mountains or something.
Yeah, you begin your climb. You notice that the further forward you go, the steeper the incline becomes, and a cool wind starts to blow through the air. Almost a chilling wind. As you get up this thing, and most of the dirt and grass have kind of now faded away and left you in kind of a just stone architecture. And as you reach a point, you notice the incline around you in every direction seems to go up significantly at like a 70-degree angle up.
Oh my god, why is everything horrible? Alright, we're heading south. Will south be the good direction?
You
for
turn
pushing
around
it?
and go back. You have to climb a little ways up, but it's not high for you. It's not high up that you have to climb, and you get yourself down to the lower valley of the mountain, looking back over this kind of craggy, low crag terrain around you.
I guess I'll walk south for a little bit and see where it goes.
Yeah, you find yourself back in the savannah once more. Continue further south from there?
Yeah.
This time, as you're walking, you notice that the terrain begins to change again. This time the grass goes from kind of a yellow color to this kind of reddish, almost clay color. And you can feel the stepping of your feet begin to feel a little bit more kind of smushy with every step. The ground is kind of wet, heavy, and the sun does heat up somewhat, but not dramatically. And the wind begins to slowly leave the area.
Guess I'll just keep going this direction for a little bit.
Gradually the sun begins to disappear from the sky as trees start to form up around you, and each step becomes even more wet than before. The ground now very muddy, extraordinarily heavy with each step. Filling your nostrils is the heavy scent of musk and mildew.
Damn it, I was thinking this direction sounded better until mildew part. Jesus.
But it is here that you hear something. Keep going. I'm here for you. Find me.
That's not creepy at all, but okay.
You can keep going?
Yeah.
As you walk, there is a small hut that stands before you a little ways. The trees have kind of like become kind of like viney, tendrils kind of wrapping down from each of their branches. You're kind of like trudging through some like not only mud but water is kind of raised up. You can see bits of like moss and algae that kind of float across the water tops as this building comes into view, kind of almost hovering above the water. Seemingly no feet beneath it to hold it where it stands. Yes, child, come. Come to me.
I don't know what else to do. I don't know where the hell I am, so I'm just okay.
As you head towards the hut and step inside, an old woman is seated there in a chair. There isn't much to the room, just a few small tables with various things on it. Her long kind of almost looks like a mix of like vines and mold kind of like falls down her over her shoulders. Her eyes kind of like twisted in two different directions and a little bit off of even keel. Her nose looks as though someone had snapped it and twisted it quite a bit. And the smile on her face doesn't quite rest properly on her lower mouth. You're very different than what I expected to see here.
What were you expecting?
They are pointier of ear or stubborn of face. You've drifted off, dear. Drifted off quite deeply. those who come. There are offers I have for them. Do you ever tire of the world? Wish you could be somewhere better?
I'm tired of certain aspects of the world. I don't know what you mean by someplace better.
Certain aspects? What aspects would you tire of, dear?
People underestimating me, ignoring me, treating me like shit or like their thing to use.
Wouldn't you like the power to overcome these things?
Yes, that would be wonderful.
It can be done, dear. That can be done.
And what's the price for such power?
I need someone who can help feed me. If you can bring more to me, bring them to sleeping, I can help give you the power you need to overcome even your greatest foes.
And who are you exactly?
Some have called me... Some have called me just simply the Matron of Sleep. I feed off of exhaustion, tiredness of people, the drain in their lives.
Hold on 1 second, sorry.
Mhm.
Sorry about that.
If you can bring others to find sleep they deserve, I can reach out and reward you for such things. You seem capable of receiving my gifts.
What sort of gifts do you have to offer?
She'll raise up a hand, and as she does so, there is a small pile of scrolls that will appear on a table nearby. I have much magics that I can share with you, magics that even your little goddess can't give you.
Intriguing. And how do I ensure these people make it to you when I put them to sleep?
When you awaken, you'll have something special. Very special. Just use it once on someone. It'll refill on its own after a few days.
Sounds fair enough.
Wonderful. Time to wake up, dear. Time to wake up. And slowly the area becomes very, very bright for a moment, before becoming incredibly dark. And you find yourself in the room where you were before. But no one is there. Oh wait, no, somebody was left back. Somebody stayed behind, right?
My skeleton.
There is a bony lad left behind.
Hey, bony lad. How's it going? Yeah, that's how I feel too. I look around for whatever I was supposed to have when I wake up.
Yeah, you start looking around and you have this small corked vial in your hand.
Interesting.
For now, you can call it the sleep vial.
Okay.
After a bit of time, you'll notice that it seems like everybody is gone, and this is just the only thing left here for you. You guys didn't leave a note or anything, right?
Oh, that was smart.
All right, well, she is awakening. Let's cut back to the party. Where last did we leave all of you?
I thought we had left where we were, maybe for out of character reason, we were going to go check back on Luna before we began our assault.
Yeah, so the guy was trapping the hallway, but he can't tell us where.
Yeah.
Because he's a jerk. Or
Yeah,
he has a
he said
reason. One of those two things.
We would know where they were by reason.
He said we'll know when we see it. And we're counting on Rusty to definitely see them, and if we don't, he has a way to communicate to us which ones are, or where they are. We're following him, his path he takes.
Right.
What was it? Like we were doing a cough, or I forgot.
I was gonna like crack my knuckles.
Okay.
All right. The party can eventually make their way back to Rusty's house.
Oh my God, it's.
And you'll find as you arrive that Luna has awakened.
Oh, you're up.
Yeah, you were all gone when I woke up. Why didn't you wake me up?
Oh, I tried.
We
all
tried.
tried. If anyone,
And I fell into the sleep like you.
Yeah, if anyone touched you, it was contagious, whatever you had. But
So
seems
we
like you're good now.
apologize. We couldn't have done more to help you.
I suspect there are reasons you couldn't wake me up.
Well, yeah. So we identified the specific disease that was causing it, and it wasn't something that we had the power to cure yet.
Interesting.
Yeah, our boy Isaac had cast Diagnose Disease.
Well, what have you been doing while I've been sleeping?
I don't know if you want me to RP retelling the whole recap, but I would recap again what we did.
Yep. That is fine. Well, now that you have Luna up, what is the plan from there?
Yes, I think Silvio mentioned you may still want to pick up some spells before we go on this assault or something. I don't know if you had anything you really needed or if you're ready to go, because I think we're all good to go. It's up to you, I guess.
Were there specific spells you wanted me to pick up? I picked up the ones that we had talked before about, but I don't know if we're still even doing it anymore.
Yeah, no, we don't need those anymore for the new plan.
I don't even have memorized right now.
But there will be combat, so whatever combat spells.
Did you say, sorry, someone talking?
No?
No.
Did you say you're Isaac or whatever? Can you learn wizard spells or something? Did you take him that he can do that, or is that?
No. So that was my last character. The one that died after one session. He was the one that could grab a spell from anybody. Like any class, spellcasting class. With Isaac, he's pure cleric spells. He is a war priest.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can think of. I was gonna, if he had that ability, I was gonna say to get ricochet shot for you, but other than that,
unfortunately, yeah, he doesn't have too much stuff for me. Unlike my other guy who had the bard spells and could get anything. He had a lot more that were useful for me.
What time of day is it? Do we have to do the assault today, or can we like do it tomorrow?
You didn't give them any specific timetable, so
I'm just wondering if we can like coordinate spells between me and Luna.
sure.
Luna, what do you have or planning on taking? Mostly level or the third sphere. I'm thinking of.
I was planning on preparing like a cursed Claire. Well, I guess I probably don't actually. I don't know. I've been preparing tons just because it's helpful to be able to speak the language down here as well.
Well, I think you should drop that one for the upcoming troubles.
You don't think communicating with people at all during this combat might potentially be useful information?
I speak the tongue of all these people down here.
And I speak a lot of it too.
We just trust. Okay. All right.
I mean,
What
if you want to
would rather I
handicap
prepare?
yourself,
I don't usually use my spells that much anyways. I'm typically more of a hexing things, but it's not that
If you have the
much
spell
of a
slots, then
handicap.
do it. If you feel like it's helpful.
I mean, the options if I don't prepare that is adjustable disguise, but we've decided that we're not doing that plan, so that's not really needed. Clairaudience, clairvoyance, if we think we want to look at something, but that takes 10 minutes to cast. I do have heroism, ray of exhaustion, reckless infatuation.
yeah, I was hoping you could. I mean, actually, I was planning on taking heroism too, because usually you're doing other stuff. But if you can handle the heroism, I could take my venom spit, which is pretty good.
Oh, I'd rather be hexing things.
Yeah. Well, I mean, heroism can be done in advance. It's 10 minutes per level.
True. Alright, fine. If you want me to heroism, I can do that.
If you don't mind. I think being able to blind something is pretty good.
I mean, I also have blindness deafness spell.
Yeah, but spit venom is stronger. Because I think there's no save on the blindness. Yeah, it's just a save against the poison.
Okay.
So it's pretty good. I think we're good. Anyone else need any preparatory things to get?
I have all my extracts brewed for the day, so. that should
Yeah,
be good.
so Isaac is taking some cure moderate wounds, cure light wounds, some stuff for while he's fighting, like shield and divine favor, and one offensive spell, heat metal.
Good one.
For I don't know if somebody's like heavily armored or something, we can he could throw it on them.
Yeah.
And then obviously he can change any of those spells to inflict in case the undead need healing.
Oracles just know what they know. Can't change anything.
Yeah, I also do have of note. I still have dark vision communal as a thing. So
Yeah, I think
when we
said
actually start
we'll-
fighting, that will be helpful.
Yeah, I think a lot of the party needs it as a prep spell. So yeah, I think we're good to go in the morning once we're able to switch over spells as decided.
How are you doing your plan of attack?
Yeah, so what I was wondering is, are we actually helping the blue take over the red territory, or are we killing them both?
No, I think we were actually helping.
I mean, I would
That's a
prefer
good
we
question.
helped. I don't think we should kill
okay.
everyone.
So we're gonna help the blue take over the red territory, and as our reward, have the prisoners released to us.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Pretty much. Okay.
and I will be no longer Rusty Slave.
Yep.
Just kind of
Then we'll
important.
get a more
Yeah,
proportional
I also would
reward
enjoy that.
if we cripple the red enough for blue to take over all of the red territory. Right? Is that how it was?
I don't know if that will be the
I think
conclusion of
we're
things,
we're
but-
taking baby steps here.
But we'll also have the favor of the drow that control a mithril mine, so that might be benefiting to us somehow down the line.
Yeah. Well, Isaac will point out that he is definitely interested in mithril, as he needs that to craft powerful stat increasing headgear for us.
I'm sure they'll give us some sort of deal if we are successful in this endeavor.
All right, well, what's your plan to get this whole thing started?
Well, we had already talked to the Blue about setting up in that tunnel where we're getting the traps set up for an ambush. So, yeah, the question is, how do we get the Red to come through the hallway to the ambush?
Or we were going to tell the Red that we've set the Blue up, and the Blue we're leading into an ambush. We've already got the spot
I
selected.
thought we were gonna get the Red to just chase us by causing some kind of.
Yeah, I think
Thing.
maybe we could do both. Like we could try to do the espionage way, be like, oh yeah, the Blue aren't prepared. We know how to get you right into the middle of their mithril mine and just like walk them there. And if they like don't believe us, / they like try to attack us, we're like, oh shit, they're attacking us, and we like run, and then like we pretend we're running, and we'll hopefully give chase, and then we ambush them that way. Or we can just straight up attack them, pretend we're getting overwhelmed, or probably would be overwhelmed, and then we can run. I don't know.
Should Rusty kind of take a look and see where we don't want to get ourselves chased into the traps that we set for them.
Yeah,
it'd be
Well,
hard for
that's
him
why
to-
Rusty's
hard
going to
for him
guide
to
us
see
through
the
the
trap.
traps.
It'll be
He's-
hard for him to see them while we're running.
Well, what is everyone's speed, and is it something that can outrun Drow?
Well, a pet, Pavan.
30
Probably not. I don't know.
I don't think Drow innately are faster, but
If they're as fast as just normal humans, then
so the
I'm
issue
fine.
is Isaac has on heavy armor, so you can only run 20.
so then he doesn't have to come. Like, doesn't have to be all of us. He can wait at the
Yeah.
end of the hallway or whatever.
Yeah, he can be around the ambush area.
Yeah, if we want to go direct, we could just, go to the limit of your arrows, like how far away you can shoot, and then just start shooting them. And when they advance, back up. And then if they start falling back, just keep shooting them.
The problem is we need a lot of them to follow us, or at least the commander dude.
Right, if
So I
only
don't
one
know.
or two come, we just dogpile them and kill them. So
True.
they'll have to send a lot. And when they send a lot, we'll back up. And if they try to fall back, we just shoot them from range again.
I
mean,
do like
this is just
attempting.
ideas.
I don't know. I like attempting to at least try to lead them into a trap by talking to them.
Yeah, so pretty much we could try and we could truthfully tell them that we might have a way that they can take over the Blue territory with the mithril mine.
Yeah, okay, so let's just think of the possible negatives of just walking in and talking. They like don't believe us and then like attack us outright. Do we have like a way to like get out of there, or are we going to be like instant killed?
Well, so they're not going to attack us immediately because we've already had dealings with them. Like, we have a pass for their territory.
Right. We have a
That's
pass.
true.
They know me to a degree. I can speak their language.
I think
Also,
I think Sen's fear is like, if we're that close, we don't know where they are exactly. So if we're having a conversation and it goes poorly, they might just be like, all right, let's murder these guys, and we don't know where they're going to be coming from. We might be surrounded at that point.
I guess it's true. I mean, it feels weird for them to just be on us. Like, what I'm gonna say? Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell them like, oh wait, we have a lead for you in like the mithril mines in the Blue territory, and what? They're just gonna be like, he's lying, attack him.
No, I'm just saying if they start asking probing questions, like obviously, because think of it as someone comes with a too good to be true offer, we don't
I
believe
see
them,
what you're
right?
saying.
And we say like, oh, why are you doing this? Then if we don't have this all like very well, and they kind of like see through our lies, I'm just trying to say, like, what's our worst case scenario? Can we get out?
Yeah, I mean, or if somebody lets something slip that they shouldn't. I mean, that could always happen.
Thankfully, I can't speak the language.
Yes, I mean,
So it won't be me.
So we probably can we be having this conversation like during the night before the next morning kind of thing? Okay, because like maybe we do want Luna to take tongues then, because she's good with convincing people of stuff. If that's the way we want to go, that's up to you guys. Because like I just don't know how well it'll go if like we just start up straight up attacking them. Like I don't know, what if they just don't give chase? It's kind of weird. I think our best plan is to try to convince them to like follow us with like especially the leader guy.
Yeah, I mean, well, we also don't know what the leader like is or power-wise. I just couldn't get a read on that leader. Like, besides that's not what that person actually looks like.
So, like, the other option is we could pretend like we're double crossing the blue at that point. We could be like, we promised the blue we were gonna lead. I don't know. Or not.
No, I wouldn't. I would just say like we've been dealing with the blue, and we see an opportunity for you to, like take the mine, and and like why we're doing this because I want my freedom back. So like I'm saying like I'm making this deal. I want you to absolve that agreement and make me like an official red drow, and like maybe that's believable. Like
I think that's more believable than just like we have information. Like I think being like, well, we're double crossing the other people is a more believable because we're a bunch of shady people anyway, and they probably already think we're shady. So that kind of plays into what they might already think of us.
What if we would say we want a percentage of the metro mine? That would be very believable.
Yeah, like we'll come
all of those things are all those things kind of go
and,
towards what we're going for.
Yeah.
We're mercenaries. They're not giving us a good enough offer.
So, Rusty, do you want Luna's help in the lie telling of this? She's good with her words, right?
She's probably better at it than I. I mean, I can tell short lies, not like I can't. Like I can bluff a couple of times, but I think she's better overall at convincing people. Like I could back her up.
Yeah. So, what's your third sphere? What do you have? Can you switch out something and keep heroism and tongues, or no? Because I wanted to keep animate dead. I wanted to spit venom and vampiric touch, but I can switch out vampiric touch with heroism if you can't switch them out.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll just take Accursed Glare off. It's just kind of a nice, like, extra base.
No, I can. Vampiric touch isn't that great. It's just kind of like it's like something I want to do for fun. It's not really like that good. So I can take up the heroism if you have more important
stuff. Because these are the other two things I wanted to have prepared.
Cursed Glare. Yeah, that's much better than my Vampiric Touch. So yeah, okay, I'll drop Vampiric Touch and I'll take heroism. I'll handle the heroism.
I like Blink because it means sometimes you also don't get to do your stuff.
Oh, okay.
So Blink is basically my oh shit, I don't care if I get to do my stuff. I just want a chance not to be hit.
I've seen Blink do some hilarious things. Great.
Alright, so is Isaac the only one that moves slowly, like at 20 feet?
I believe so.
When I'm not on Pavan, I'm also slow, which is why I stay on them. Just in case something happens and I end up off of them somehow, just to let you know, then I will be slow.
So are we basically going in there telling a lie that's like we, I don't know, found a weakness or like a secret passage to like that they can utilize to maybe attack them? Or like how are we getting, like what are we saying to get them to follow us though? Because that's the point, right? We need them to follow, so what are we saying that gets them to come with us?
We're basically claiming that we're backstabbing them. We are claiming
I get that, but like the logistics of what are we saying to make them come with us or go down that hallway?
Yeah. So then they're saying that we have information on like a secret unguarded, we could say like we know an unguarded route into the mithril mine, I think would be a valid statement for that.
So then, what are we just hoping that they believe us through like us saying that, oh yeah, we've like spent time in the blue? Like, I'm just trying to discern, like, is this a believable thing that like they wouldn't know about this down here?
I think it's believable from the backstory element of maybe like the blue was trying to get us to overthrow the red, but they weren't paying us enough or something, or they weren't making us a big enough offer. And we tell them that, and they're like, well, if you guys pay us more than what, you know, they're offering, we can come up with some fake lowball offer that they gave us or something. It's like they offered to pay us like nothing to do this job. And we could tell you just as easily how to take over their minstrel mine. And then, and Sen could be like, you know, and I have motivation for doing that, like, you know, being a free person and all these other, you know, kernels of truth that like we can tell them that would cause them to conceivably believe all the elements of the story.
For the drow in the party though, would this be like a route that wouldn't be commonly known?
Well, I guess Steve can correct me.
Commonly known route.
It is a commonly known route?
Yep, absolutely.
Right, but then we can say the route we know is like after that passageway. Like, does that make sense geographically?
Okay, yeah.
Can you say that?
Well, it depends on how well they know the terrain.
So, but I'm saying, like, truthfully, I know the terrain, right?
Yes.
Like, does this make sense to me if I say that?
You know that, you don't know where traps are going to be set. You don't know where you're putting the people. If you're putting the people back at the intersection that I showed you, then no, that intersection is very clearly in blue territory. You'd be telling them that, like, in blue territory, you know a secret route past a certain point that they can get into blue territory that's not guarded. So it's going to depend on how well they know. You knowing the map doesn't have anything to do with how well they believe you based on how well they know them.
Well, I'm just saying, I just want to make sure my thing doesn't not make sense. Like, if I said, like, oh yeah, like, I know this passage, and like, I'm walking into the passage, like, we know that it's the most common passage. That's what I'm saying. Like, if I know this to be a common passage around everywhere, like, everyone knows this passage.
The passage is in no way hidden.
Right.
Like, it's a hallway.
Right. I'm just saying, like, if I were to say we know somewhere beyond that, like, is that a believable thing from my point of view, or is it like make no sense? Is what I'm asking.
Let me ask it to you this way, okay? We both live in the same town together, and I tell you I know about a pizza place, and I give you the location of that pizza place. If the more you know about the area, the more likely you are to disbelieve me if there's no actual pizza place in that area. The less you know about the area, the more likely you are to believe me that it's plausible there's a pizza place in that area. You can't know the plausibility of this without knowing the knowledge of the people.
But
yes,
if there's like one of those super hipster underground clubs in the area, it's very possible you know the area.
I'm just clarifying that. I'm just clarifying that it's not. I'm aware it's not widely known. That is what I'm clarifying. Like, it's not like everyone has like a Google Maps of this area and knows everything. It's what I'm clarifying.
Sure, that is correct.
Okay, so the unknown here is I don't know how much they know.
Correct.
Is what I'm okay.
And the other big element is if we're going to tell them that it's a less guarded pathway.
Why don't we just make it simple and say we're leading them? They need to follow us because the blue trusts us, and they will have their guard down, and we can walk them. We can walk close and then get them close to ambush them, and we can like assist them on killing these blue people. And that's why they need to bring people to help us take it over. But we can get them like really close without the blue like being aware. Because we can just say like, hey, like,
that sounds fine.
Follow us in, and they'll have their guard down because they'll see us first, and then they won't be like up in arms. They'll be like, hey, we know you, come on in. And then once you come up behind us, well, obviously we'll do our ambush, but they think they'll be ambushing them.
Is it possible we could actually have one or two blues standing guard to make that more plausible? Like, as we're walking up, we see the blues and have them have that interaction with us? Like, they wave us in when they see that it's us?
Why would they wave in reds?
I'm just to make the story that he just told more plausible. I mean, maybe they dress like us. How would they know they were red?
No, but we know, like, they should know that this is like a common route then, and that it's most likely guarded. So they don't need to see the guard. Like, they should know that this is the Mithril mine. The guards are probably here. And then, like, if they believe us, then, like, as we're, like, they won't even get to verify our story if they're following us at this point, because we're going to walk through the passageway that is known not to be guarded. That hallway is not guarded, but the intersection is. So we should be able to spring our traps before they can verify our story, essentially. So we don't need any, like, blue people where they shouldn't be.
Not to come up with more ideas, but could we say, like, the hallway, we know the hallways shift, like, when the guards are there or not? Would that be as valid?
Sure. Yeah, we could say that too. Like, we know that when it's skeleton crew, when it's not the least amount of guards are there. Sure.
Okay, yeah. So essentially, we let them know that we've been in that territory enough, making plans with them, that we know their guard rotation.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, just so we're all on the same page, if it all goes to shit, we're retreating to get to that hallway. And hopefully they give chase, and if only a few of them give chase, we'll stop before the hallway and just fight them. Until they, like, send more. Until they send, like, enough where we, like, want to use the traps.
Sounds as
assuming they might just, like, send a few and say, fuck it, and not come. But then, like, we try something else at that point, I guess.
Last thing, how many of us are going?
I think all of us, except for Isaac. Just in case shit goes bad, like, we all want to be together, minus Isaac, I guess.
Like, how do the undead move? Are they 30 feet or more? Because if not, they should stay back with Isaac.
Yeah, I think maybe just leaving them back is logistically makes the most sense, but I'm pretty sure they all have the same movement. Felix does. Let me check. Beefy.
Glad nobody was gone because we changed the whole plan up like that. It'd be really difficult to go back through the whole thing.
They all move 30 feet, but yeah, I think logistically it just makes sense not to walk in with, like, an army of people and undead, so I can leave them behind with Isaac. Because also guiding them through the traps may be annoying as well. They might not be able to guide correctly. So yeah, I think keeping them behind with Isaac is good.
I think we have a plan of attack.
Yeah. So just to make sure, Luna, you're getting tongues to speak with them.
Sure.
Sounds good. I'll take heroism, and I guess when we're, like, a few minutes away from the red territory, we'll throw up the spells that last a long time.
Yep.
Just in case.
Yep.
Shit goes bad.
How long does it take to get from the red to the blue?
Not very long. Literally just, like, 10, 15 minutes.
Okay, I was like, if I put darkness on during that part, is it going to be gone by the other part? Is more what I wanted to know, and the answer seems to be no.
Yep. All right. Let me see. I think we have a hallway I wanted to use for this, just in case you all fuck everything up.
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
Who wants heroism, I guess, before we leave for the red?
What is heroism?
Well, we gotta go tell the blue to set up first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let them know. So we probably want to buff after we do that.
Yeah. Sure. Heroism just gives you a +2 on morale bonus on attack rolls, saves, and skill checks.
Yeah, I mean, Silvio would definitely want heroism.
Yeah, that's better on someone other than.
Well, I mean, for the diplomacy part, you get +2 on your skill checks.
Oh, okay.
I might as well just give it to, like, everyone I can.
Yeah.
No reason not to.
How many can you cast?
Well, yeah, like spell points, but so let me just remember, it's 5 for each one, so I could do 5, 10, 15. I could do everyone and have a few spells left for fighting.
I don't want to, I'll be fine without it. I don't want to just make it where you can't, have fun in combat.
No, I got enough to do in combat. Yeah, I can throw it on the whole party because it's 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm not going to throw it on Isaac, but just the PCs.
Okay. So you guys are talking to Blue first? Or going to the red first? Okay. Just want to make sure I heard that
Yeah,
correct.
Yep. Like I said, we need to let the Blue Notice set up.
Yep. So you can give them the details. When you head back into that area, actually, that's actually the first area you guys should go to. Can I get a perception check from...
Well, while we're walking, I was gonna... whatever point I was gonna use dark vision, when it's like...
Yeah, that's fine. But that's when I need you to give me a perception check.
Oh, okay.
Oh, everybody or him?
For anybody that can detect traps.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Non-magical traps I look for.
Okay.
Oh.
Non-magical also means. Oh, wow.
So, well, Rusty will detect a trap. I will point it out on the map. Hang on, I've got it to the right layer, but the fucking this thing. You will see a trap there as you guys are heading towards the blue area to let them know, or heading deep into the blue area to let them know.
Did you ping it, or did you...
I changed the box to a different color. I'll move you over by it, too. Because you might be... Because you're in dark vision.
Yeah, because I'm in dark
vision. I
vision.
haven't given you dark vision yet. Yeah. Night vision... 16. There you go.
Okay, so then I will point... Yeah, so I'm just going to point out all of these that I find.
And give me another perception as well while you're there.
Yeah. Dang.
Yep. So you're certain of that one, and then you can head on through. You know how to not trigger it.
Yeah. So he said we would know it when we saw it. So is there some marking that he marked it with?
Nope, he did not mark it with anything.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so there's no way Okay.
And then give me one more perception.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay. You will also notice that even though you told him not to, there is a trap here.
Oh, the black line?
The black line. It is a very hard to trigger trap. It has to be sort of deliberately triggered. Like someone in the area would have to do something to trigger the trap. But if they do, it will shatter some glass and cause like these dark shadows to attack everything within the area.
Motherfucker.
Alright, well I guess I be careful of those two zones. I'm worried there might be more traps I don't know about. But
so he's planning to probably wipe out whoever wins, maybe?
But those are all the traps in the area that you detect.
all right, so then I've officially used the after we let the blues know, I give dark vision to people.
Yep.
And then I guess we're gonna head over.
Yeah, before we head over.
Oh yeah, is there any other preps from other people? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm doing 4 heroisms on everyone but me.
The entire map is black for me, by the way.
Okay, because I'm not getting dark vision.
I'll cast my hours per level spell.
I'm just seeing which of these last a long time.
Who else needed dark vision, by the way?
Me.
Oh, actually, it's because you're not on there from the previous combat. You grab your mini. Here? Or not previous combat, but previous session when they were exploring the area. And I'll give you the dark vision.
Yeah, everything else I have that buffs me is very small time frame.
All right, and then you're off to see the red.
I still needed the dark vision. I only have the low light vision.
I think I also have only low light. I can't see anything over that way.
Gotcha. Well, moment, please. And now everyone should now have the vision in the darkness.
I'm good.
Okay.
Very, very nice.
All right, so all of you you're leaving the undead behind.
Yeah.
Okay. And and Isaac.
Move the people over to the map that I need on the map. We're going to.
I don't know if it matters or not, but I should have Beefy and Blueberry there as well, but it doesn't really matter right now.
Yeah, we can move them onto there. Right now, you are heading to here. So yeah, you guys head down the hall back into the territory. People kind of leave you alone until you get to a certain point down the hallway. And it's at this point that copy paste the people, but I had the wrong people copy pasted. Lighting engine is so bad. Fuck dynamic lighting. A pair of people will kind of slink out of the shadows. What are you doing here? We're in rather deep.
Is this somebody we recognize?
They are dressed like the people that you saw escorting the head of the before.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna look around to the group members that speak Undercommon. So.
Yeah, we have some information for some of your higher ups. I believe some of them have met us already.
I remember you. It's just odd that you're this way. We can take you to her if you'd like.
That would be most excellent.
Right this way. And they will guide you into a room. Story in this one for the sake of the time being.
What a nice room.
I will move figures into positions. These two will stand at the door behind you. There are one of them here. Here are there. And two.
Oh, never mind.
Lagging the fuck out of the machine. That's not, again, insight is not what you think insight is.
I rolled a 3, so
Yep.
No, I was just trying to get a feel for the room. Like, are they?
Yeah,
leading us
not
into
that's age, not insight. Insight is like getting an idea that's outside the parameters of the game rules. It's having like something beyond knowledge.
Sorry,
it's annoying that I use the same term as the 5e term, and I realized that as soon as people started using insight as the 5e term. What were you gonna say?
Is anyone getting stuttering in Zoom?
I am getting shit tons of stuttering in literally everything.
Okay, yeah.
It's the dynamic lighting. They've really fucked it up again. Because they just can't not. They can't not have dynamic lighting cause, like, massive resource problems.
I guess then I'm not seeing stuttering. That's interesting.
Just wait. I'll move some more things onto the map, and you'll, depending upon when I move them, you may or may not notice them.
I'm gonna move up and down just to see if it triggers any.
No, it's not from a move up and down. It seems to be when I move things into the display. trying to find the mini I was using.
Yeah, I just want to say something in case you were trying to talk to me, and sometimes it's like cutting people out, so I can't. So you may have to repeat if you're directing it to me because I'm getting like huge stutters.
Got it.
I don't know if it's my internet or what's going on.
Very annoying. I can't find. Why does this keep happening to me? Keep having these issues where like I have specific minis for specific things. I'm just gonna end up using.
It's actually crazy. It is the lighting, I think, because every time I try to like scroll on the map, my whole zoom just starts lagging.
Yeah.
I don't know why this is happening.
I'm gonna actually check.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, so right now, just as a reference point, it is eating 10 gigs of RAM to run Roll20. Yeah. I think actually let's take a short break. Close your browser. We'll do a couple of things, and when we come back, hopefully a lot of this will be alleviated shortly.
Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes.
Alright, and we're back. I'd like to thank Roll20 for the delightfully awful dynamic lighting engine that is fixed and ready to go as a premium feature.
It's not a bug, it's a feature.
Exactly. So, you guys enter in. You can see, as you come into this room, that the person that you spoke to, dressed in the long robes, is standing off in the distance of this room, quite a ways away from all of you as you enter.
Is that the gray one? This
Yeah.
guy? Okay.
You have things you want to discuss with me. All are welcome
Yes, it
here.
seems we have stumbled upon something that might be of interest to you.
She just stares at you.
Oh, I thought I crashed. I was
No.
like, what happened?
Yeah, I was like,
Okay, well, I believe Sen here would like to try to earn his freedom, and we have information that may help you acquire blue territory, including the Mithril mine, in return. He'd like his freedom, and I believe a small cut for the rest of us.
Excuse me, Rusty, was it?
yeah.
I believe you were the leader of the group. You made the purchase for the party of Astrum here. Why are you allowing this one to speak for you? You should keep your people in line.
Okay, yes.
So I want to look around for drow, like, or any sort of creatures lurking around, like trying to hide.
Sure. You can give me a perception while you're standing there.
Well, yeah.
Carry on.
Alright, well,
He is not the leader of our group.
that's
I am
true. I
not
was just going to
Owned
say
by
that.
him. I am not his property. I'm not anyone to be kept in line.
Just gonna make some more things visible to you based on that perception.
Cool.
I didn't say you were his property. He is the leader of the group, and it is a leader's responsibility to keep their team in line.
He's literally not the leader of the group.
I'm
just
literally
because
not
he
the
was
leader
the
of the
one
group.
who did most of the talking in that one discussion with you, because he was the one willing to fork over the money, does not make him the leader.
Those who control the source which controls the team are in charge of the team. Why are you motivated to do these things? Was it money?
Motivated to do what things specifically?
Why
Come
are
to
you here? Why have you come down here?
Yes,
Yeah,
because we're
yes.
interested in money. Sure.
So the person who controls your monetary supply seems to be Rusty. So I would prefer
He
to speak to your
controls his
leader.
I control my own money, she
monetary
controls her
supply.
money.
He
Guys,
pays his
it'd be
own
nice if
money.
we were not arguing amongst ourselves.
Alright, listen, anyway, forget that for right now.
Are you going to let yourself be controlled by your servant? Keep your servant in line.
Yes. Okay, whatever. Okay. We have some information. I'm sorry to insult you by not coming forth and speaking.
You now insult me by not controlling your servant. Show your servant that what they did was inappropriate.
I don't want to. Okay. I turn to Sen and I
He's
turn
referring to
Sen
Sen.
and like, huh? Yeah. I turn to Sen, like, shut up, you, and I turn away and I try to I just
What passes amongst your people for controlling your people makes it no wonder as to why you cannot keep your people longer.
Yeah, I wish I had more leadership qualities. That is certainly true.
I can see that.
But you gotta learn. You gotta learn somehow. Anyway, we do have some information that is true. What my friend Luna was saying is true. And since she has done as much of the recon as me, I would advise you to allow her to have the floor. Is that fine with
You
you?
are supposed to be allowing your people to have the floor. That is how she gets the authorization to speak. That is how you properly lead. You'll notice that none of my people have spoken at all since you've come in here, and they would not dare speak before me without me giving them explicit permission.
I understand. Luna, please continue with what you were saying. Okay, we're gonna have this is not gonna go well.
Yeah, since I don't speak the language, I'm gauging whether I have to be ready for combat right now.
Is this how you keep your people in order? She's getting incredibly pissed off as you're looking at her. Like, she is fuming at the way that, like, there is no order to this system. And this is clearly not acceptable to her.
Oh God. Listen, all I really like to say is that we just have some information about the security on your rivals in regards to the Mithril mines.
Go
on. They were trying to have us help them out, but they were unable to pay what I feel like we're worth. And so we have some information that might allow you to take over the Mithril mine through.
What were you doing in their territory?
Well, initially we were going to help them, but that
you were going to help them. Your home is here. Your home which you properly inherited from Astrum. You would go to the Blues, and you would tell them that you wish to aid them. Why would you do such a thing? Explain yourself.
Because I love to lie to people. And in the end, it seems it's going to help you.
That is one of the things I think is fantastic about your kind. You would sell out each other in a heartbeat.
Oh, you know it.
You have amongst you follower, such a symbol of that willingness. If any of you showed but a moment of weakness, he would use your bodies to change the color of the floors. You walk peacefully with him, without even keeping him properly in line, without keeping any of your team properly in line.
Yeah, that's how much control I have over my team.
Well, I don't know if I can believe you without at least some kind of bluff check.
I would love to. I would love to give you such a check.
I don't know if I should attempt to aid or not.
You can aid.
Do you have your heroism in that 20?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay.
I didn't roll particularly well.
Same. I rolled a 3.
I rolled a 5. But the inspiration helps too, so there's that.
You know, I want genuinely to believe that what you're saying is true, but finding a hole in their defenses that would get you into a more advantageous position, and them not compensating you well when they hold access to almost the entire depths of here's share of Mithril, does not seem quite as likely.
You think that's not likely for Drow to
I think it's likely
hoard their own resources and not give it to outsiders? Yeah, that sounds completely unlikely.
I think it's likely that you think you have an edge here, but I think that you're being lured into a trap.
That would be news to me. You think that they would try to trick me?
Certainly, that's what those blues do. They wait for the right moment, laying the right traps, and then take advantage of those moments. Shifty. That's what we don't like about them.
Yeah, I don't like being lied to, but I respect it.
It looks like they got one over on you.
Well, I am an excellent trap finder. I guarantee you I can find any traps that they try to put in my way. I can get you through whatever trap that you think they're trying to set for me.
What if the trap is an army of their men? Can you get through that?
You're right. That would be more of a challenge.
Yes, I do suppose it would. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I know that they are quite crafty in what it is that they say, and I could easily see how this probably hurts your pride to some degree. But you cannot go based on the words of those blues.
Okay. Does anyone else wish to have the floor, including my property?
Well, you're free to go now. I believe we have nothing more to speak of.
I don't know what else we can do here.
All right, well, I guess we will see our way out.
Good. And always remember, the fastest way to gain leadership is by getting your hands dirty. Maybe even a little bloody.
I'll put that one on the journal to remember for later.
It was a very close roll.
I wish I rolled so just slightly better.
It was very, very close. But yeah, you guys can head out of the room unless any of you want to say or do something.
So plan 2 was we attack them and run. So I would gauge if this is failing. I don't speak the language. Nobody's,
She gestures for the door.
Are we gonna wait for the squishies to get out first?
Yeah, the problem is, we can't really out of character talk about our plans.
Yeah.
I would just say in common, looks like we have nothing left to do here. It's time to go.
Okay, yeah, I'll gauge whether he's given me the shoot him with the bow so we can run.
Yeah, I'll say that you can identify from him what his intention is. Are you giving him the signal to attack, or that you?
No, I think being in this closed room and we have no idea if she's this powerful spellcaster is going to wail a banshee us or some shit. So.
All right, so I'm assuming the plan is a go then.
Well, no, I'm saying I do not want to attack. I don't know if I can.
Yeah, you gauge that correctly. That he wants you to head out.
That's what I would gauge. Yeah.
Right.
So you're gonna head out is what he's wanting to do.
Yeah, my understanding right now is that the plan was success. That
Oh, I thought you meant like the plan is a go to attack. I'm like, no. That's what I thought you said.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can head outside. These two guards will follow out. And
Yeah, I think we start leaving.
You're gonna just completely leave the area?
Well, when we leave, I'm like, okay, so what's going on? Are they coming?
I look around. Are any of them following us or around us at the moment?
Give me a perception.
I got a perception too.
Yep. God, you were getting followed by like some of the lamest of these guys. There's like somebody who's like trying to sneak around, but they keep like scraping against the wall, so you can just hear like this scratching noise on the wall not too far behind you. Yeah, this guy has botched every roll that he's made.
I start cycling through different languages to see which one Silvio understands that maybe is a little more unique. I just start throwing out like some Elvish, or that's not
I
super
speak
unique.
Common and Draconic. So
Okay, so I guess I hit on Draconic.
maybe
That's not super unique. This guy probably understands it. So I'll just say like we need to reconvene with our information to see if they are more interested in something else. We need to rethink what they want from us. I need my freedom.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I wish I could have convinced him.
Yeah. So why did we abandon the attack them plan?
You say that out loud after knowing there's a guy right following us?
I mean, I'd be like, yeah. I mean, I'll whisper it, sure, but like
Why we change plans?
Yeah, I'm kind of annoyed right here. I mean, it'll be in Draconic too, like since that's what you're speaking to me.
We need to talk about this when we are with our only ourselves.
Alright, I will be pretty annoyed, but I'll do this.
What level are you guys? Level 7 right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just making sure. Alright, you guys can head a little further away. How far, like, where are you going back to?
Whenever we lose this guy, so I don't know if that's like multiple perception checks when I can tell he's not there. Or...
Give me another line of perceptions.
Probably I would assume it'd be when we're leaving the
Holy
territory.
Shit! This guy's still scratching his way down the hall. This guy should die from these 3 in a row botch checks. But you can't die from a stealth check. You do think you hear him trip though.
So we only hear like one person following us?
Has it just been the one person for a while now?
It's just been the one person for a while now.
Maybe we should, this is Draconic. I kind of move my eyes towards, or kind of crack my neck towards him.
Give me a, hold on a sec. This is an innuendo, and you need to send this without him noticing. I believe that's bluff-based. This is actually a skill I used to really like, and then they got rid of it. Yeah, to convey a secret message is a bluff check.
All right.
Oh no.
Yeah. So people are probably going to have a problem kind of understanding what you mean by just...
Let's see if I get a super... I critted. I understand.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah. So he seems to be implying that you should take him out.
Yeah, I'll do that. So I got
Yep.
Flurry, Deadly Aim, Heroism.
You can like start for your bow, but we're gonna have to trigger into combat because he most certainly discerned what was being meant by that. We'll remove one of these guys here. We will put you guys in the hallway because that's where you guys would be. And he would be basically. Oh, you guys technically be the other way, just logistically, because it matters. Just drag the people I want where I want them. So you guys would be some way down this hallway, near each other, talking about things. You'd basically be down here. Let's roll into combat. So, Astrum, you are up first since you gave the order.
How far away is he from me?
He is.
Oh, is it on him on the map?
Yep, 55 feet.
Okay. If that is the case, I will move up like this, and I'm gonna.
Yeah, that will miss.
Oh.
That's versus touch.
It is versus touch. That will miss.
Okay.
Jax.
A dexterous assassin is what you are dealing with. Silvio.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I'm going to flurry. I'll use, perfect strike for my first attack.
Alright.
And I'm using a key point for an additional flurry.
Okay.
So yeah, so my first attack I'll roll twice, that's for my perfect shot.
Yep.
So...
Oh, just to double check. Is he immune to flat-foot? Because he would lose dex.
He is not flat-footed because he saw
Okay.
what you did and understood what you meant by it.
What? You're flat-footed if he doesn't go on an initiative?
Well, he's also a rogue, so no.
Okay.
No, that's the other part, but sorry.
Yeah, okay.
For some reason, I was thinking you meant surprise, and I was like, he's not surprised, but no. You were talking about just regular flat-footed.
Did the 21?
The 21 does indeed hit, and as it does... hold on a sec. I didn't get through the details of this in the thing. I need to pull it up again. Yeah, there will as your arrow flies towards him, his form kind of divides into two.
Oh, good.
And your arrow punctures a non-existent version of him.
Attack number 2.
Yep.
27.
That is a hit. Yep.
And attack number 3.
That is also a hit. Still standing.
Okay. Yeah, so I had my... I spent 1...
Yep. Alright. He will rush up on Sen. He will take his attack. A 28 hit. That's a good roll. A very good roll. So he basically runs forward, and as he runs forward, he whips out this small toy train, and slaps you across the face with it.
Oh man, he got Thomas the Tank Engine.
For 4 points of damage and 12 points of sneak attack. Ingram.
Pavan's gonna double move. I guess I can't get next to him, right?
No. Pavan, I think, has reach right now, if I remember right. But
Right, but to get over there, he can't.
yeah, he'd have to be able to move over top of everybody and to the other side.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
With all of that, I can't get close enough to actually hit him.
Yep.
I'm gonna get down, and then I'll move into this square.
Okay, let me grab I think I've got a little Higram done. Did I not upload it?
Sorry, just want to double check. He did sneak attack for some unique ability or something?
He has catch off guard. Catch off guard causes you to be flat-footed against any attack from an improvised weapon.
I see. Okay.
Do what you're doing though. You're gonna take your attack with Pavan.
No, I can't attack with Pavan. That's more than 40 feet of movement.
Oh, okay. I thought Pavan had 50 feet of movement.
The wolf does.
Okay. Gotcha.
But I can still attack.
Yep.
Roll a 3. Oh, I didn't roll a 3?
It's not a 3.
And I'll chop him.
That will actually run and run conscious, so I don't even have to worry about taking you off your wolf. So down he goes.
Well, finish him off and then throw him on top of Pavan so we can take him with us.
Yep.
Until we decide what we're gonna do with him.
You just cut his throat.
Is there like...
I'm gonna go and cut his throat in case somebody yells for me not to.
Do we not? Wait, do we want to like interrogate him?
No.
All right, well then that's fine with me.
We're gonna
like basically I'm gonna lean down and grab his head and like look up. Nobody stops me.
Yep.
And I'm throwing him on Pavan.
Well, now we can go back and say we were ambushed by the other guys and we need help.
What?
Wait. Who are we? Wait. Now I'm losing track of
I don't speak under comment. I don't know any of what happened.
Yeah.
So don't listen to my joke.
Yeah,
right now.
It's him saying a thing that he doesn't know because he thinks something different happened in the room.
Oh, I see.
And you have to remember, that whole conversation you had, me and Tom have no idea what happened.
Yep.
Right.
No.
Yeah, I know. I was confused. I thought Tom was speaking out of character. I didn't know that was an in-character comment. Is what I was confused about. But yeah, if I'm comfortable, there's no one else here. No one springing from the shadows. Perception check?
Nope, no one else comes out of the shadows. You can give me a perception.
And apparently I forgot my flurry. Like, I actually have 4 attacks if I use the key, so I'm putting that key point back.
Okay. I thought something was wrong, but I was like, you know your character better than I do, so...
We haven't had combat in a little while now, so I forgot.
Yeah, if I'm comfortable, there's no one here. I'll say...
Yeah, you see no one here?
Yeah, the plan went to shit, but we were in a closed room. I felt like we were dead meat. We want to lead them out and attack them. At this point, I don't know if we want to go back and just start hitting people and get them to chase us, or...
So we set up some kind of like incendiary device or something that would like make a large noise.
And what?
I don't know. Man.
Does this guy have anything on him that
I was
might?
just about to say, while they're discussing this, I'm gonna cast
useful.
Detect Magic and look and see if he had some item that made him split in two.
Nope, he has no item that makes him do that, but he does have a magical item on his hands. His gloves radiate with magical energy.
I'm not even gonna bother trying to figure it out. His gloves are magical.
Does he have like a
like
any like special passes or anything like that on him, like
no.
paperwork?
Okay. He does have some cash on him. So I'll throw that in here. Here's his coinage, and he has a couple of other things on him.
Can I spellcraft the gloves to try to identify what they are?
You can.
A20.
Roll over here. Oh god, they didn't scroll. That is not enough to identify them.
No idea what those gloves are. I don't know if anyone wants to risk touch them at this point or put them in a bag or something.
Oh, so if I put them on, would I have to roll like use magic device or?
You don't know. That's not enough.
My
Luna
roll
either.
would have been a 23.
That's still not enough.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm willing to try it. See what it's up. Try them. See what they do.
He has those as well, and he has that toy train. And this is actually probably why he was grinding his way down the hallway.
Iron pot.
He wears it as a boot.
The sneakiest rogue.
Whoever usually takes the loot, I'm just assuming they do their normal thing.
Yep.
I mean, I put the money on the character sheet, but I'm not doing anything with the glass rods or iron pot.
What about the train? You wanted a little train to play with?
Nope.
Do we want to try to take the gloves and identify them later, or we can
That's
try?
what I was gonna
Yes,
say. How am I
take the
gonna-
gloves.
I'm gonna use the mage hand to take the gloves off and put them in the bag.
Sure thing.
I don't want to touch them.
Are we going back and starting a fight, or what are we doing?
Yeah, so this is where we can explain to the group in a language that everyone can understand.
Yeah, I'll keep looking around. Is anybody else following us?
Mhm.
Throw up perception.
Yeah, there's no one around.
So is it all right? Is it safe to talk? I look at Sylvia.
Seems to be.
Yeah.
And I'll keep an eye out. So like, if I need to roll again, just let me know. I don't know how often.
What happened?
Yeah. But I don't know. Yeah.
These fools started arguing with each other, could get their story straight, so that went out of the water. I didn't want to start the fight in that closed-off room. Felt like a death trap. So I wanted us to get out and reconvene and how best to go about this, but this one was following us constantly. So he's dead now. So now what?
Well,
Well, you know the areas better than us. How many people are going to descend on us in this area if we start a fight here?
Steve can jump in if I would know anything particular, but I would just say
You don't know
I have
much
no
about
idea.
the Reds.
Yeah, I don't know how much numbers they have. I have no idea. We would just want to provoke something and then retreat immediately and try to get them to follow. I don't know why they would follow us at this point, I guess.
Right.
Besides revenge for
Unless you
killing
make
some of
it
them.
personal.
How would we make it personal?
I did want to
Drow
fuck
are
up
kinda
that one that was
hoity-toity.
speaking. But
No,
I don't know if we can get an audience with her again. And if we do, it would be in that room again. It would be felt like a death trap in there.
Are there usually like guards like right outside the door there?
There are usually two in the. Well, from the one time you've been in there, there were two on the outside, and then there were what Silvio discovered was there were two additional that were hiding, and two that were present, and then the two that were in the hall kind of slipped in behind you.
What if we roll the head we have over to the guards, and either they'll call for more people or just they'll come. And if it's just them, we
we
get
take
more
out a
heads.
couple more of those, then maybe the next one see and grab.
But
some more.
if they call for like a bunch of people, then we lead them to the trap.
That's true.
I'm
The
a
problem
simple
is,
guy.
I don't know if they have some secret way to overwhelm us or stop us from running.
That's what I was asking earlier. Like,
I mean, I would assume that they have some sort of magic. Like somebody there, I'm sure does. Like somebody made these gloves.
well,
So do you want to try to do what Higram said, and then once I see someone who identifies as a spellcaster, we just fucking book it and see if they give chase?
I mean, yeah, I don't have a better plan. I was ready to attack them in the room.
There was way too many. Or at least there was two behind me I saw, and then her, who knows what you could have done.
Well, yeah, I mean, I have the ability to get through that sort of thing, and nobody else said anything in the previous plan, so I assumed everybody had no issue.
Well, I think it
So
was
since since apparently I was the only one who properly thought that through, I guess, yeah, we need to have a different plan.
So what do you want to do? Throw the head in and start killing people?
doesn't works for me. I tried to talk him, and then that didn't go over.
Well, I mean, yeah, let's see. Is there something else that would potentially lure them?
I mean, can we get like any kind of like commotion? Like any kind of commotion sound might like draw some attention.
Or anything, right?
What?
For the head drow?
Nope. They didn't give you a name.
Yeah, I think in fact, wasn't that one that we had some conversation about how they refused to give us their name, if I recall. And we were assuming that it was some sort of devil, so that still might be the case. We haven't seen something to show otherwise.
But
still potentially a devil.
Vial of ink, so we can write on the forehead the only good drow, and then we roll the head over there. Like the only good drow is a dead drow.
It's a little offensive, but
so furious they'll come to try to kill us.
Do I know, like, are drow innate, like, are we vengeful people? Like, is that a thing I would know, or is it like it just depends on the drow kind of thing?
That depends. How racist are you? Like, do you assume that your clan, that your type is the type
like,
that they are?
Is there any stereotypes I would know? Like, do I know? Oh yeah, the Reds, they always like go for a battle. Like, do I know that?
So there's not like the stereotypes for each group seem to change depending upon who's in power, and so it's one of those things where like people say a lot of things about all the groups. So like sometimes the red is underhanded, so some groups will refer to the red as underhanded, some will refer to blue as underhanded. Like there's no consistent like expectation for each one because of how quickly it is that leadership will change.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, Higram. I think that's the best thing we can do at this point. Hopefully they get pissed and give chase, and if they only send a few people, we take them out here until they send a bunch of people, and we lead them down.
I mean, I could try to just lure the guards over, if we want to just try to get rid of those two.
Sure.
I have it's kind of a weak spell. They can make, like, the sound of someone retreating, so they might think somebody sneaky is running this direction. If they follow, murder.
Sure.
Alright, you guys want to get in position?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast a spell quickly on myself.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast a spell that probably won't work. They're gonna be like, who's over there doing? I'm gonna cast Ghost Sound to make it sound like footsteps, like sneaking. How do I do a line again? Is it Q? Nope.
Or right click by default is mine. Do you want to do a point like that?
Yeah, actually, yeah. No, it just grabs and moves the whole thing.
Q is the default too. Yeah.
Basically, I'm gonna make it sound like somebody's sneaking past that corner and headed this way.
So
well, back that way. So where the blue are is this one.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, I want them to think there's something going on that they don't know, that shouldn't be happening. Something coming from that direction that shouldn't be sneaking around in that area. Okay. Headed toward the blue area.
Wait, so what, you're doing a ghost sound in the blue area, not the red area?
No, in the red area, coming... Here, I'll do it again. Basically, I want to make a sound like it's somebody sneaking back toward the blue area.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you guys. What do you think? If I make the sound like it's coming from around the corner, they might follow it, try to think there's somebody blue in their area, trying to go home, and then they'll try to catch them before they get away.
Yeah. While you're doing this, can someone heal me, please?
All right. So I mean, they follow the sound. They like see us. Like we're just attacking them at range.
Yep.
I could
Thank you.
First cast a minor image of something in the hall covering us up.
Do you want more healing?
Yes, please.
Okay. Do you just want another light or a mod?
A mod, please.
Okay.
That is good.
Okay.
Strategy isn't something I'm good at. These are just spells I know. You guys tell me how to use them. I'll do what you say.
Yeah, just tell me, am I attacking things instantly?
I can make an image and I can make a sound. Seems like they might follow something headed towards us. I don't know what image would cover us up and not. I don't know.
We're instantly attacking when you can, and we're trying to drive them to create a group to come after us.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if they just keep sending small people and dealing with it, then we'll just keep killing them.
Yeah. Okay, and yeah. So sure.
If
anybody I see, I'll attack.
If we see the strong guy, are we instantly fleeing to lead them toward the trap, or are we fighting? That's important.
The boss, the leader.
The boss.
The more than likely spellcrafter guy.
Yeah, if we think that person, if the matriarch comes out, I think we should start booking it because she might be a fucking level 20 spellcaster or something. I don't know.
Okay. And we have the body of that other drow in the hallway with us. Like
Yeah,
that's
so we use it as bait.
On top of Pavana.
While you guys are discussing this, I'm gonna start taking out my wand and trying to. I need a 20 to activate it.
And we're like scratching like better dead than red or something on it.
Yes, I like that even
Sure,
better.
yeah. Less racist. I like that one better. Let's go. I got my shield up.
All right, I'm gonna do it. Am I making an illusion or no?
Whatever you want, Hagram. You are the master of deception.
If you think it's not going to take too much of your power, then yeah, make it more believable with an illusion. Like a shifty looking, like I don't know, what did we see in the town?
A lurker?
Would they go after a lurker? I think probably
they run away.
An intelligent humanoid that they would be interested in investigating.
Well, yeah, I could make like a person on the ground, like.
Oh, like with are you able to do like bags of riches, and they're like gurgling in blood, like scratching their way across, looking for help?
I can't make it move. It's static.
Okay.
But I could make a dead person with a bunch of loot, and I can like act like we're looting it.
Yeah.
And then that'll be why we're here, and then they're gonna be like, oh, we gotta get that loot for ourselves. And then we're like, pounce murder. I like
okay,
it.
so then the sound you would making would be like a death scream or something.
That sounds good. I like it. So I'll have the sound issue from where we are then.
Okay.
All right. So I'll cast minor image of the dead guy.
Yeah.
Kind of like, I guess, right in front of me. Great. Oh, I'm on. Right here-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And then let me take off my points. That's 3 more points. And then I'll make the ghost sound of like him dying.
Yeah, that will garner their attention, and they will come around the corner to see what's going on.
All right. Yeah. When I had a.
Yeah, you have a ready to attack. Go for it.
Let me turn off my.
You don't know what's coming?
I was hoping that we get closer. Well, we didn't say that.
I was told
you don't know.
as soon as I see them attack.
Yeah.
Like I had specifically asked that.
Yeah,
before.
that is accurate. That is 100% accurate.
Yep. So here is the attack.
That is a hit. Hold on 1 sec.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because your damage might not matter. Nope, that hits him.
Right.
But there's still like an illusory one at him that kind of like sways back and forth.
For sure.
Can I spellcraft this, or is this like a
It is
class
not a
thing?
spell.
Okay.
They're probably just like ninjas or have.
Is this like a knowledge engineering that I could roll?
Nope.
I remember there is an ability that gives you one mirror image.
Yeah. There's a ninja talent.
Can I have you guys, I guess 2 of you have already, the rest of you please roll into initiative. Got everybody in initiative. Looks like we're missing one. 1, 2, 3, 4, nope, 5, okay. I just can't count. Astrum, you are up first.
Let me just see the distance from them. It's 90 feet. I will cast blindness, deafness on the southern guy.
Okay.
And I'm choosing blind.
Okay. Fortitude. Remember. Ooh,
Negated.
the best roll. Ingram,
Pouncing them. Oh.
flame.
Giving them all the bites. Did you ever fix his attack maker?
I don't know. I tried, so we'll see.
Oh.
Hit the damage and
man.
let's see what it does.
Is that that's a confirm?
That is a confirm. Nope, it is not
You
working.
can't possibly
It's
get that low.
almost working, but it's still not there.
So that is 1. The bite is 1d8.
So it'd be 2d8. It's rolling the 2d8. So just what's the total bonus? What's the ability score?
Plus 8, I want to say? Yeah, plus 8. is
Okay,
her strength
so
bonus.
that's gonna be 7 plus 16 is 20, 23.
Is he grab?
That is, yeah, just barely, but it is a grab.
And then claw,
Oh,
claw,
yep.
claw.
My
All the
God.
damages.
Oh, 3 claws?
The rake, because he pounced
Oh.
and because he's
Yeah,
grabbed.
I'll manually look at the ability score. I cannot understand why this keeps reverting on the ability score.
I was like, does Pavon have a third limb?
That's the 3 claw.
Oh, he has a third limb.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, that guy is motherfucking
Dad.
a pile of blood and skin.
I'm gonna ready an action to attack if he gets closer to myself.
Silvio.
Yep, I will flurry with my proper 4 attacks.
Okay.
Alright, so number 1. That will hit, but he gets 2 of these. Oh fuck! I forgot to do that for the other guy. Oh, that sucks for him. He should have remembered his abilities. That one will miss. Attack number 2.
That will hit. Still
Attack number 3.
Ooh, that will miss.
And attack number 4.
That'll hit. But he is still up. Rusty.
I'm just gonna hold my action. I got nothing to do here.
Alright, this guy is down. This guy will shout, attackers! Invaders! And then take a step forward. And ready, and trigger your ready to attack. That will hit. Ouch. And he will take an attack on Pavon with a...
With Pathfinder, oh, he probably puts stuff either way, so wouldn't change it.
See what he hits you with. He pulls out a small shrubbery and slams it into Pavan.
I don't think Pavan's considered unarmed, though, is he?
No.
He's not unarmed either. He has catch off guard.
Yeah, you need to be unarmed to get the sneak attack.
Hold on.
Unarmed opponents are flat-footed. Which I was unarmed, so it worked on me.
Something's just up with my machine as well right now, or the SRD. Because I didn't think it had the extra, or is that from improved? Oh no, improved isn't real. Oh yeah, unarmed opponents. Okay. Very good. Let me check the other thing real quick too, because there were 2 abilities he has. Nope. Okay.
So Pavan is considered
That is
armed
the wrong button.
because he has the natural
Natural
weapons.
attack.
He is armed because of the natural attacks. That is also the wrong attack. Let me roll it correctly. So 25 to hit Pavan.
Mhm.
For, god damn it, I keep I just want them for 3 points. Luna.
I don't want to move. I'm just going to. I'll give Silvio fortune.
Okay. Astrum.
Oh, this guy's still up A.
Yep.
Fortunately, all my stuff is super. I'm just gonna chill.
Okay. Agram.
Oh, he's about to get super murdered. I'll try to take the kill. Fuck you,
Yep.
Pavan.
That'll be yours. Down he goes. Actually, hold on. This is... I should have done this at the start of the round. Let me... One thing real quick here. Okay. So Astrum went. Technically, Higram's gone. I'll move these guys just below Higram.
Well, my plan after I kill him was going to be to back up either way.
Okay, well, you can back up. And then these drow are going to go.
I want to make sure our flank is... I'm going to double... Pavan's going to double move back after I attack.
Yep. This guy rushes out and says, "We've got dead ones." Silvio.
I can't see that guy.
Nope. Crop on the wall to touch him.
Oh. Yeah, I'll just ready an attack for the next one I see.
Okay. Rusty.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Okay. Background. Here.
All right, so that one I can shoot. I
Yeah.
assume. Right. Yeah, and I have fortune right now, so.
Okay.
2 swings. Does a 20 hit?
20 does. Let's see if you hit them.
Yep.
You do not.
Okay.
Luna.
Guess I'm just chilling with the group for now.
Wait, you gotta cackle. You gotta cackle for my fortune.
Sorry. Yeah.
Astrum.
Just remeasure this. Okay. 100 feet out. I'm just gonna use my action to use perception to just see if there's anything we're not seeing happening.
Sure.
If possible, like anyone in the shadows or anything.
Give me perception. No. What you see seems to be what you see. Where are these guys on the move? Where's the other guy on the list? Oh, I forgot to move one to the draw. This one would have moved up, and then to here, and then up here. Alright, now we'll continue. Hegrim.
I'm gonna have Pavan ready to back away if the rest of the party does.
Okay.
And I'm gonna burst the radiant right here.
Yep.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, good old dazzled.
Razzle dazzle.
Yep.
And it's just 5d4. Well, any evil ones will take the 5d4. And then they have to save or be
a
blinded.
reflex. Let's see what we got here. Reflex.
Yeah, their deck
reflex.
is probably super high.
Reflex. And
My gosh.
Hey, get them 20s out of the way. I'm fine with it. That's great.
Ooh, somebody is blind.
They're all 1d4.
Yep, roll me a 1d4. And then 13 points of damage to them.
Yeah. Any of them that are evil.
No, they're all evil, so.
Okay. And then the ones that succeeded are dazzled, whatever that means?
Yeah, they have a -1 to their attack. Dazzled is like the weakest condition you could possibly give something.
Oh, and take off my spell points because I'm not a cheater.
Oh, actually, does spell resistance apply on that? Yeah, can you roll me a cast level check, please?
I don't remember how to do
Go to
right.
your spells and then click on the class at the top.
Nice roll.
Nice roll. Yep, that is good. All right, then that'll take us to. You said Pavan is just going to hang back, right, for right now?
Yeah, basically he's ready in an action to flee if the party flees.
Okay. This guy is going to. Here. This guy being all hit by the razzle dazzle of it all is still gonna move in on you.
Excellent.
Silvio.
Yep, I will.
Is that point blank almost?
Flurry. Yeah, the close one.
Okay.
My first attack is fortuned, so that one is a 30.
Miss.
And attack number 2.
That will hit.
Attack number 3.
That
And
will
attack-
miss.
And attack number 4.
That will hit. And that guy goes down. Rusty.
This is where I'm gonna ready to run away if everyone else starts running away.
All right. This one is going to.
Someone has to be the decider of when we run.
As far as I know, we're killing them until the mage comes or until a bunch comes.
Yeah. When we have a reason to run is when we run.
Okay.
When we there's 3, we can fight those 3.
I'm like,
We know the mage has to be somewhere.
Yeah, just do your best to keep your eye out for whether we should run.
I mean, I can't.
Oh, they're fleeing. They're going back in the room. It looks like.
Luna.
Oh God. I don't know what to do. Do I have anything that would be helpful? Fucker, I think right now Luna's going invisible. And cackling.
Astrum.
I'm just gonna use my turn to talk. What do you guys want to do? They're retreating in the room. Do you think they'll follow us? To run?
No, I think that they'll fortify the room. So
do you want to rush up to the room?
yeah, we should go get them.
All right, I guess that's my turn.
Higram.
Oh, I've got my plan. Rush up to the room. 80 feet is right there. That's where I'm going.
Yep. Put yourself
Rush
right
up
there,
to the
please.
room. I'm going right here. Or I'm attempting to go right here.
All right. Let me give you a little bit of what's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it.
And
Yep.
you get
Oh,
attacked.
Jesus.
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 Actually, no. It didn't have a standard because it done something there. So yeah, you can just see it there. There is a massive, spider-bodied woman that stands before you. Her mouth has these mandibles that come out of it, and she starts to kind of reach towards you.
Does she look at least at all injured from the last burst of radiant?
She looks like she's bleeding a bit. Yeah.
Oh no. Wait, I still have an action though?
Oh yeah. You moved 80 feet.
Huh?
You moved 80 feet. Oh yeah, Higram gets an action. Yeah.
What do we do here?
Provoke an AO.
guys?
That's what I would like you to do.
Nah.
You
I'm
can
not
yell
prepared
back
for
that you
evil,
see
though.
some crazy shit and you
Alright, there's
you're-
some kind of weird spider monster here.
You are within their reach, so they will attack you.
Well, okay.
They're a large-sized monster. You're within 10 feet of them. They will try to bite
Nope.
you.
Not at all.
Okay. That's why I didn't think it mattered.
Oh, I gotta activate. Oh yeah, and then I'm done after that.
Okay.
I'm gonna be scared. I'm gonna use a bonus action to be scared.
This one is going to come up and try to attack Pavan. Pavan gets an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, buddy. If he hits, the attack doesn't happen because he gets grappled before he even gets to within
If he
range.
gets grappled, yep. Well, the guy will still get an attack because he can still attack while grappled.
Alright.
You can still attempt to attack with
But
a
he has
light weapon
reach.
while grappled. But
You
and when you
grapple
grapple
before he
something,
gets
you
up to
pull
him.
it adjacent in your
Oh, yeah,
square.
yeah. There you go, David.
Yep.
That's all.
But that does not hit, as it hits the shadow
Right.
copy.
Got rid of the
Yep.
nonsense.
And then he'll make his attack against Pavan.
Nope.
Ugh. That guy is one of the unconscious ones, Silvio.
All right, so my normal movement is 50 feet. So
Okay.
if I move here, the question is, can I see this dude? I think I can, right?
You can see a part of that guy, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move to my 50-foot square and make an attack.
Things like this, though, by the way, just for the record, are exactly why the dynamic lighting should be on. The whole purpose of this encounter is that you guys shouldn't be able to see things at a far distance. So you shouldn't actually be able to know that guy is around the corner, technically, because you have 60 feet of dark vision.
So, so how would that work? If I was moving into my full movement of 50 feet, at the end I would see that guy? Or
You
I
could stop
wouldn't
at 50 feet, yeah, but you wouldn't be able to have planned out, like, I'm going to check ahead of time to see if I can stand here at 50 feet, and then I'm going to make the attack from there.
Well,
That's
I mean,
that's
I
what
was
I'm
either going
trying
to
to.
move 50 feet or I was going to move more. So, if I was able to make my attack at 50
That's
feet...
fine. I'm letting you guys know why dynamic lighting is going back on, because logistically now it does actually matter.
And I have fortune, so a 23.
23 will indeed hit. And this sad sack has already used his other self. He will take it. And then it will be Rusty's turn.
I guess this is where I'll be like, talk to the other two people that are next to me. It's like, if Higram's fighting some crazy thing over there, what's our plan of escape?
Well, we gotta escape together, so we gotta wait for Higram. So if you want to go up and help his retreat, or it looks like Silvio's bossing it up.
Yeah, we'll see if there's anything I can even attack. All right, I will see how close I can get.
Where's the blind one?
They actually had a way to get rid of their blindness, but they had to spend their last action doing it. So you stopped them from coming down the hall and actually ambushing you, which sucked.
I was gonna double move up.
Okay. Alright, they will turn and they will take their attack on you. Turn on our character. $32 to hit.
Yeah. Wait, who's he attacking?
You. Well, no, in this case, no, actually probably you, because I don't think it knows that Pavan will keep fighting if you go down. I think it assumes that, like, this is druidic, where if you go down, Pavan will stop.
Alright, I'm gonna use bodyguard.
Yep. Does that give you enough?
No, I'm not even gonna waste it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does that give you enough AC to?
I'm not magic.
Okay. Oh, I got off her by mistake. For 27 points of damage, and give me a fort save.
What type of damage?
This is piercing damage.
So I'll take 25. I'll take 12. Hold on, I'll take 12. Sorry, give me 1 second. And then you said a fort save?
Yeah, and then a fort save.
That'll be +2, of course.
Oh,
yeah,
ouch. I am.
Instant death.
God damn it. Hold on, I gotta pull it out. Oh, I fucked up and didn't put the poison effect on there. I just put. Because I thought I would have a tab open that I don't have open. Take 2 points of strength damage.
Oh, gross.
Oh, yeah. This is gonna get. Yeah, this is gonna be fine.
Second attack. Ooh, crit threat, but I don't think that confirms, right?
Not at all.
Okay. God damn it, stop hitting that button, Steve. 20.
Oh,
And I don't think you could be... I don't think you can multiple be affected by this poison specifically. Check.
8 to 7.
No, okay. And then last attack at -5. So we're gonna take 5 away from this one.
Cool?
Huh?
Nothing. I'm
Okay.
being clear.
Nope. All right. This guy is going to note what he watched, and move up to here. This guy is going to here and then come over to here. Luna.
I am going to.
You can only talk during your turn, right?
Ish. If you have something to say, say it.
Yeah, like as soon as he drained my strength, I was like, "Please, this is nonsense."
Okay, well, I'm going to, I guess, wait for the rest of the group and then start playing. But for now, I'll cackle. Well, I guess I can't cackle if I'm. Yeah, I'm the end of the round, anyways.
Okay.
So I'll cackle for now, and I'll wait for people to start running by, I guess, on my next turn.
All right, Astrum.
I'll cast Glitter Dust, avoiding my ally. So if I can aim it just to hit that guy there.
Okay.
I think I have the range on that. Let me just click to make sure. 100 plus 10 feet for level,
That's
yes, so
fine.
170 feet.
Will save, right? Will. Yep. That is for
Uh,
save.
yeah, Will negates.
Ale blinded. Higram.
Withdraw
Yep.
specifically from the big guy. 'Cause
Yep.
I think you can only withdraw from
The
one. creature.
little guy will attack Pavan. As you withdraw. Nope.
Nothing. And that's regular movement, so 40 feet.
Yep. Well, you spend your full round moving.
Right. How far? I don't know.
Up to your full movement.
So I'll be.
Well, I
right
think double
there.
technically. Let me make sure. Hold on. I feel like now I'm.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, I've literally never used withdrawal. I don't know how it works.
I know it's a full round.
You can move up to double your speed.
Okay. Yep. Thank you.
So go on there. We're gonna be like this. And then I'm gonna cast Curious Air Phone to myself.
Yep.
And that's it.
Okay. Person will step back. Silvio.
Yeah, so Higram said we should withdraw, so I'm gonna assume that he saw something that
Giant
Led
spider
him to that
monster that drains
decision.
your strength? Yeah, that'll do it.
So yeah, I'll go ahead and I got 100 feet of movement I can use, so I'll
All right.
go to the end there. But of course, I want to be able to see my party still. So.
Yeah. So is the plan the whole party retreating back to, like as you were going to, and making sure they're following you the whole way back?
Yeah, making sure they follow us. Yep, and we're leading them to the trapped hallway.
Okay. They will follow. So let me. More of them though are going to be joining. You'll notice as they like run down the halls, they're like making some noise, and like
Perfect.
certain people will come out of rooms and follow behind them.
All right, that's exactly what we want. So.
But I need.
I want to cast Cure on Pavan.
Okay,
Like,
that
as
is
we're
fine.
moving.
Well, you guys are moving down that hallway. Steve, you get one more perception.
Okay. Please, for the love of.
Okay.
Thank you.
You notice.
Stars.
You notice that there is one extra trap here that you didn't notice before. It's
All right,
the same as
so
the
I-
other one, so you know how to instruct the party to avoid it as you come
I
across
hear the
it.
knuckle crack.
Yeah.
And yeah, in I don't know where, but anywhere. I'm assuming you guys are leading them to past these traps, right? Because you know the guards
Right.
are going to come out from this area to
Yep.
engage. So where do you guys want to move to? How far are you guys going to move? Because they're leaving quite a distance between you guys.
Yeah, I'll move somewhere like here.
Oh, are we gonna go up here? Or?
No, we're not supposed to go in that hallway.
Oh, right.
And that's where all the dudes are going to be coming from to help us. So we don't want to block them either.
I'll go.
We want to leave them open to lagging. Sorry, someone's talking.
Oh, what is that?
We want to lead them past this intersection so that the people from the top come down. So we have to go past the square, the T intersection.
Okay, I'll set yourselves up. You have basically a round of movement action to set yourselves up wherever you want before they arrive.
Yeah, so like basically somewhere on this side.
Put yourself there. I'm over there.
Yeah, put yourself wherever you're gonna be.
Yeah, trying. It's just. Really
I know.
Yeah.
Do you want to put the skeletons in front, or should I stay in front? And then, like, what's the plan?
Yeah, whatever you want. I'm missing 2 skeleton tokens.
Like, I'm fine staying like over to the side where I am, and then attacking as they come out. But I am gonna cast Holy Ice Weapon. For the.
Yeah, Isaac is gonna do some prep spell during the round.
I also do a prep spell just in case.
Yep. I'm trying to get your undead, by the way. I'm not.
Yeah, no worries.
There's Isaac. He's just casting shield.
Yeah, I'm also doing shield.
There are your other 2 undead, or 3.
Excellent.
Because you've got Blueberry.
No,
you've
it's
got
just 2 more. Yeah, I got Felix.
Yep.
Yeah.
Blueberry's 2.
So I'll keep him out of the way of people.
Yeah. And I think because of this crazy amount of 20 lag, because there's got a lot of figures moving on this, a lot of things with a lot of mobility, I think for right now, we are going to wrap up for tonight. And we'll see you guys next week. Night.
What's the